And welcome back to Kim Reads. We continue with Hunchback of Notre Dame. Chapter 6, The Priest and the Hunchback. Archduke Claude Frollo came from a noble family. He had wanted to become a priest ever since he was a small boy. As a child, he had learned Latin. He read all the time and took his studies very seriously. Sadly, his parents had died in the Great Plague of 1466. Claude became the head of the family and took care of his baby brother, Jean. It was hard to do both, study and take care of his brother, but Claude Frollo managed. By the time Jean was 20, Claude Frollo had become a priest at Notre Dame. Despite Claude Frollo's guidance, Jean had grown wild like a tree. The more Jean fooled around, the more seriously Claude Frollo studied. The more he read, the more he became interested. He became in alchemy and astrology. A rumor soon began to spread that Claude Frollo had built a secret room in the church. Hidden behind closed doors, they said he had practiced magic. One day, Claude Frollo was called by two women standing over the church's pews. The two widows had found a small child in a wooden bed by the statue of St. Christopher. He was wrapped in a burlap sack, his head poking from the top. He had a forest of red hair, crooked teeth, and one eye. When Claude Frollo heard the cries of the poor child, he knew he had to take care of him, just as he had taken care of little Jean. So Claude Frollo said to the widows, "I shall adopt this poor child." Frollo picked up the child and wrapped him in his own robes as he walked away. He baptized the boy and called him Quasimodo. The two were happy together. By the time the boy was 14, Claude Frollo had gotten Quasimodo the job of bell ringer of Notre Dame, and the church became his whole world. As a child, he could be found climbing around the stones and pulling himself up and down the stairs. Quasimodo took the cathedral like a snail does to his shell. Inside the walls of the church, no one teased him or called him names. Inside, he felt safe. No one in Paris knew the ins and outs of Notre Dame like Quasimodo. There was no corner he hadn't explored, no tower he hadn't climbed, sometimes from outside, and no marble stone he hadn't touched. The windows gave him all the light he needed. The statues were his friends, the stone birds his pets, but what made him the happiest? Why, the bells, of course. He had talked to them in his own language. He loved how they felt and the sounds they made. There were 15 bells that Quasimodo rang, different chimes for different days. On days like Christmas, he rang all of them. Quasimodo had only one real friend in the world, Claude Frollo, who taught him to read, write, and speak. Even when Claude Frollo was harsh with him and spoke in an angry voice, Quasimodo loved him. When Quasimodo had gone deaf from ringing the bells, he and Claude Frollo had created their own sign language. Quasimodo would do anything Claude Frollo told him to, no questions asked, even if it meant kidnapping a girl. And that's the end of that chapter. See you later.